Hey! Hey! Welcome back to the Stir It Up Show, hosted by me. That's right, LaTanya Taylor. And before we went to break, I think we started to have some conversations over here about marriage. I think we tried to really define in a marriage, can you have an open relationship? That's right. Our topic today, we're talking about open relationships. And in the open relationship, we're questioning, do you know if you're really in an open relationship? Is there such a thing as an open relationship? And is there such thing as having an open marriage? Because like I told you guys, I'm not gossiping or anything, but I heard Jada and Will, they get down, they do some type of openness in their marriage, and that's what keeps things going. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just telling you what I've heard. So,
how about we define marriage?
Okay, Miss Christina, if you would like to help me define, what's a marriage? I think it's irrelevant, but we can define.
I mean, we define open relationships, so we should define marriage, because I think it contradicts being open. The state of being united to a person of the opposite sex as a husband or wife in a consensual and contractual relationship recognized by law. The state of being united to a person of the same sex in a relationship like a traditional marriage.
Okay, well, before we dig into that, let's do one thing. Let's let our guests, we have some guests that have joined us, and I want to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. I don't know if they're married or not, but I definitely want to get your input in regard to that, and we definitely want to hear your input in regard to open relationships. So I'm going to start with this way, and I'm going to let brother introduce himself.
I'm James.
Hey, James. Welcome to the Stir It Up Show.
Thank you.
And you are?
What's up, y'all? Mimi.
Hey, Mimi.
Hi, I'm Marty.
Welcome,
been
Marty.
a bachelor all my life.
Wait a minute, all your life?
All my life, and I'm a student of love and marriage. A student of love and marriage.
Always learning.
Always learning. Sociology baccalaureate, and this is an extremely important subject, and I'm glad you're engaged.
Thank you. I'm glad to.
Sure.
Well, what's your thoughts on open relationships? Is there such a thing? Do you think, Mark, there's a such thing as an open?
Sociologically, historically, we've had all forms of marriage throughout history, throughout cultures. And they sort of go around, none of them remaining static forever. And so it was taboo, 40 years ago, for black folk to divorce. You never heard of it.
So instead of divorce, you had an open relationship,
Now,
or open marriage.
50% of all marriages, more than 50% of black marriages in divorce. And so things are changing, nothing static. I think we ought to start with defining what they claim is indefinable. For years, we've all heard you can't define love. And I'm saying in this highly technological society, where everything is not only defined, it's filized, it's categorized, it's put in some form of order, what the hell you mean you can't define love? You better define it, or you run the risk of getting in it not knowing where you're at.
But you need to define the relationship, because when you meet a person.
Well, before you define the relationship,
what?
Let me offer this.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm open for advice. Definition. Okay.
Love is having a commitment to share.
Commitment to
Watch
share.
this. Watch this.
Commitment to share.
Love is having a commitment to share.
Mm-hmm.
Sex is what we bring to love, right? Now, I've not only defined the term now,
Okay.
but now I've made it measurable. Because the degree to which I'm committed to share with you, my sister, is the degree to which I love you. Nothing more, nothing less.
So we have to define what
So
we're going to.
don't ask, honey, sugar pie, baby, do you love me? Look at what I do. Measure it. Put it down. Put it on the board if you want it.
So I need to measure, do you really love me?
Yes.
And I need to measure, are you really committed to me? And how are you committed to me?
Absolutely.
I'm getting schooled today. I am learning
That's
today.
measurable by word and deed and how they match up.
Okay, I'm going to accept that. I'm going to come back to
So
you.
if we're going to have an open relationship, it really needs to be well defined.
Well defined with an open relationship. I
But,
agree.
you know, wait a minute, before I do that, do I really want to do that before I determine whether we are in love?
Or love or committed. I got it.
Because
Okay.
this could wind up being something really.
It could get
really
complicated.
different.
Yeah, it could get complicated.
We ain't clear on whether we love each other.
I mean, that's a good
committed enough to
perspective.
share with each other.
Yeah, that's a whole different perspective. Well, we're going to come back. We're going to come back to us. We're going to go out to our guests who've joined us. So we want to get a comment from one of our guests. Who do we have joining us?
My name is Jermaine. Hi to all of y'all.
Hello. Welcome to the Stir It Up Show.
Is my mic on? Yeah.
You're on.
I think that
Push the mic up to you.
open relationships should be more accepted in marriages because
Why?
people step out of their relationships or whatever the case may be, not for love. It's just for that excitement that they're not getting at home or that extra thing that you're not doing in the bedroom. It doesn't say that I don't love you or that I don't want to be in my home. You know what I'm saying? It's just saying that I just need a little bit more. And if the women will understand that the men have these needs that they are not fulfilling and understand that they need to go out and get it, then the relationship will flow well.
Well,
But
one of the things my girls say all the time, you can swing from the what?
Chandelier. That ain't gonna stop. You can backstreet. You could do some things he ain't never heard of, seen, and probably will never in his lifetime even think of or imagine. You could do all of those type of things, and it's not about that. It's that if he decides to go left, if he decides to do what he does, then that's what he's gonna do. But I do understand what you're saying, and you made a very good point. However, I do feel that a relationship or a marriage can be open, but my whole point is it has to be defined. It has to be put on the table. Both people are in agreement that this is what we are doing.
But to his
your point, Jada and Will may have that agreement.
They've defined that.
Yeah, between the two. But Jada can't think that we in an open marriage and Will don't think that. Then that's not open because y'all not on the same page and both people don't understand. It's not clear that we're in the open whatever.
But back to his point, if you don't, how do you know how do I know I want to be exclusive with this person, or how do I know I want to be in an open relationship with this person if I don't even really know this person?
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the problem right there. Men and women, we get to a certain age that we are ready to jump into a physical relationship with a person before we get to know what our morals, values, standards, where we stand on religion.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't even get physical with them.
Lay it out, plain.
Now you know these girls is not gonna wait to get physical with no man. These little hoochies running around, they is not gonna wait.
Even if you get physical, I still think that, and I say this because not speaking on what I heard, what I think, what I know. Even if you get physical, that's still, I mean, it's still all in the mindset and the mentality of the individual. Like if I'm sleeping with you, that don't mean I want to be with you. I'm trying to get with you. I want you to.
Then that mean you want an open relationship.
That don't mean that. And yeah, in that aspect I do. But then I'm not committed to anyone either. So it's fair game. He's not committed to anyone.
And I think most people are in an open relationship. But what we're gonna do, guys, you know we gotta take a quick break. I appreciate all the comments. I'm gonna come back to everybody. I'm gonna come back to the audience. I'm gonna come back to our guests and our panel. But we gotta take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Thank you all for joining the Stir It Up Show.